here's the good news. If you can't visit a doctor, don't worry. He will save you a dance. And if you don't get an invitation to the next White House shindig, you can always watch the festivities.
Myron? Okay, good.
People on Truth Social.
That should be pretty good. Luckily, when it comes to non-Destiny content, Ab and Preach video seems to be one of the next best ones, at the very least. People like it when I cover Ab and Preach. So let's take our time, okay? And take it slowly. We'll see.
The point is, there is absolutely no evidence Republican policies have made life better for you, the people of Virginia. I mean, they've devoted enormous energy in trying to entrench themselves in power and punishing their enemies and enriching their friends and silencing their critics. They put on a big show of deporting people and targeting transgender folks. They never miss a chance to scapegoat minorities and DEI for every problem under the sun. You got a flat tire? DEI.
True.
Huh. Wife mad at you? DEI.
Bro! What? I want this guy back! What happened, dude? Oh my god, dude. I just want this guy. I want him back, okay? I miss him. I miss him. I miss him. I miss him. I miss this motherfucker, okay? Yeah.
Virginia, here's the good news. If you can't visit a doctor, don't worry.
This guy is so based. Oh my god. Wait, I want to watch the whole thing, actually.
What they have not devoted energy to is helping you.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Dude, he's funny and based and epic. He makes people feel good that they're voting Democrat, right? Like, it isn't just like a necessity, as in like, oh yeah, we hate Trump, right? It's like, oh my god, the Democrats are so freaking cool because Obama is like the figurehead. Obama is awesome and charismatic and black, right? Like, yeah, but hey. Me waiting for that one thing to happen so then we can all have a normal life again? Oh. Okay, we'll see. Okay. A lot of vague posting. They hate you, they want you dead, they will mock your wife if one of their crazies assassinates you. Oh, Kyle Kalinske. Nice.
Hi, baby. Look.
How a liberal treats a dog.
Hi, baby. Look. Hi, baby.
Are his long pauses? Well, but the long pauses are the good parts. Like, he's an amazing orator for a reason. And that's why Steven talks like that too. You'll notice that I also talk like that. Knowing when to pause is a really important part of being articulate in what you're saying.
Hello. Wait, sit. Okay, pretend you did that. Now, shake.
Aw, so
Shake,
cute.
shake. Oh my god.
Aw.
Wait, what else can you do? Turn around, flip around.
Lay. Shaq, come. Lay.
Who's that? Who is that?
No, that, okay. You know what? It counts. Can you
Who is
roll
that?
over?
Roll.
No shot. He's not gonna roll.
Does anybody recognize the voice?
Sit. Lay.
That's probably oh.
Roll over.
No shot.
Roll over.
Oh my god, that's Radiant! That has to be Radiant! That's Radiant's voice. Oh my god, that's Radiant's voice. It's over. Is that Nathan? Oh, never mind. It's Nathan. Okay, never mind. Okay, yeah, I think that's Nathan. Okay, shit. Okay, I swear to God, that was like Radiant's voice.
Back. Stomach.
Who's your long pauses or my editing being? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What do you want me to do?
Stop! You're abusing him. Shaq. Hi, baby. Oh, yes.
He loves me.
Aw, dude, see? Aw, they're spending time together. That's cute. Cool. Wait, but that's what you're supposed to do. Whatever, it's fine. Oh yeah, I finally got the Nathan follow on Twitter, okay? The party of no war if the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians. The USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria and may very well go into the now disgraced guns a-blazing to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible atrocities. Oh my god. Dude, one day Donald Trump is gonna, like, mistype Nigerian, and we're gonna have a field day, okay? It's gonna be great. I'm sorry. You know it's gonna happen, okay? You know it's gonna happen. Come on. All right. Idiotic statement. Wow, so many triggered people. True. MAGA Twitter. Dude, Twitter right now is like 70% bots. It's 70% bots and fake posts. It's just the fakest posts I have ever seen, on God. Yeah, I've never seen a place have so many fake posts. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty crazy, not gonna lie, okay? But yeah. It's like I realized that even Drew Pavlo is like this, and I think that I'm considering whether or not I should block Drew Pavlo, just simply because I notice that whenever I am engaging with his posts, I feel as though that I am playing into it, right? Because he knows that he drives rage. He knows that he drives attention, right? So I'm wondering, like, okay, should I even dunk on him on Twitter? Because, like, what exactly is the point if, like, this is what he wants, right? He wants the attention. Um but yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Brianna Wu apologized for capitulating to gender criticals. Yeah, because she's a fucking grifter. Good, but I don't think many people are gonna trust her again. Good. Yeah, fuck this person. I don't think she is capable of being better. Yeah, isn't she like fucking 70? Wow. I didn't think they would eat my face. They're still hateful and bad faith even after I cucked out. Yeah, so stupid. I don't even want to read it. I read it offline, and I was like, yeah, this is like so fucking stupid. Yeah, it's so convenient for her to say this as well. Like, great stuff. It is, and it's so soy as well, and cringe. Like, you read this and you just feel secondhand embarrassment. It's like the worst thing I've ever seen. Anyway. Adam Carolla, never listen when they talk about the uplifting woman of color. It's all a hustle. Democrats, including Barack Obama and the NAACP, are trying to stop the first black female from being elected governor in Virginia in America. Oh, okay. Nice. Good one. Who is this guy? He made Ben look like he was sitting in the cuck chair. Oh, this is Jubilee. I'm copyright, right? Graham Plattner hates Democrats more than Republicans. He's not even running against Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer is spooked by me. It's not hard to see why. Oh, cringe. Not good. Yeah, that's stupid. Okay. Is this even going to be a good gacha game when it comes out? Doesn't matter. Strapping 14-year-old adopted black son. You're never helping. Republican Representative Lauren Boebert. Oh, Merc? Dude, wait, why did Merc turn against Destiny again? Is it just because it's convenient? Like, 99% of the time, it's all just because it's convenient to do so. And because, like, it wouldn't be good for your own image if you weren't declaring and disavowing Steven, right? But yeah, I wonder what's the case here. Doesn't matter. Who is Merc? Merc off the perk is a small content creator before Steven basically boosted her into stardom. And she ended up as I think one of the most popular streamer girls on Kick. I think the third most popular or the fourth most popular. Steven essentially boosted her career until that point. So Merc off the perk is another person who has essentially just backstabbed him. Yeah, just like straight up abandoned and backstabbed him. But what can you do? She was already a really crazy girl. Like even when she was a small streamer, just because she was the slur girl, because she was like constantly spouting crazy slurs all the time. Um, but it's like, and then I'm guessing that she got arrested, so this is her fucking mugshot. Crazy. Okay, I'm just gonna skip over that. I honestly think there's something wrong with Gen Z making these losers popular. Yeah, true. Gen Z is actually pretty cucked. Schizo TikToker connects Elon's Neuralink to odd activity at ICE detention centers. She's got that don't stick it in psycho. Sure, I guess. I don't know. She was a teacher turned streamer? No way. Merc? No shot, right? Okay, that makes her sound older than she looks.
I came across some jarring
She-
information
She looks like she's in her late 20s.
tonight, and I have to tell someone about it. So I've been keeping tabs on Neuralink a lot lately, Elon Musk's brain chip company, because with all of the
I don't care.
1930 style propaganda coming from the White House as of late, I just have this really bad feeling that Elon Musk might be our Dr. Joseph Mengele. And here's why. First of all, if you haven't already, please go follow me over
She's
on
old, dude?
Substack, The
What?
Trade Dossier.
No
It's
way.
free. The link is in my bio. This full video is going to be posted there along with a deeper dive and with all of my sources cited. So please go subscribe. So in July of 2025, this year,
Okay.
Elon Musk announced
Oh.
that Neuralink needs to go from 7 brain implants to about 1,000 implants by the end of 2026. Now, that's about 993 people over the course of, 15 months now, who would be willing to get an experimental brain surgery. That's like 60 some odd patients a month. And at the rate in which it took him to get 7 done, feels nearly impossible, if you ask me. Now, there are a couple things that have been bothering me, especially about these Neuralink sites, because they have approved through the FDA 2 sites in the United States. One, which is in Phoenix, Arizona, at the Barrow Neurological Institute, and the other, which is in Miami, Florida, which is at the University of Miami, which has a big
Warren
neurological
Steven.
brain study program. Both of those cities
coming
also
after
have
him.
really, really large ICE detention centers very close by. Now, yes, in Miami, they have Alligator Alcatraz, but they also have Chrome Detention Facility, which is like their super
Give
large
him
one where a
Moxas
lot of the
at
intake
Hakimoy?
usually goes
Oh,
through. From December of 2024
I think because, listen, okay, I would love to, but I don't like where this theory is going.
to February of 2025, there have been
Me
3
neither.
deaths once a month at Chrome Detention Facility, and all of them had to do with neurological symptoms, like brain hemorrhages.
Nope. I think I'm good. This is enough nightmare fuel, okay? I don't want to think about this right now, okay? This is listen, I don't want to think about this right now. I'm kidding, joking. Okay, we'll see.
Seizures and vomiting and the like.
Nope.
Not unlike what a lot of the outcomes of the monkeys that Elon Musk used to operate on looked like. Just for the record. Now, there's a different kind of
I don't like the
pattern that's
implications
equally
of this.
concerning in
I don't like the
Phoenix,
implications
Arizona.
of this.
So Neuralink
Please,
operates, like I
stop.
said, at the Barrow Neurological Institute.
Stop this.
And then right nearby
Stop. I
there
don't wanna
are
listen to
major
this.
ICE detention facilities, Eloy and
Dude.
Florence. Now, the amount of time spent in solitary confinement at these Arizona facilities went from 14 days in 2024, which had been a pattern since like 2021, to 38 days in 2025 as the average. Like, that's a 271% increase. 38 days is more than a month with no witnesses, no oversight, no documentation of what's happening. And all of this just so happens to be going on and increasing right when Neuralink is also trying to desperately scale up their operations so they can stay competitive with other countries. So those patterns have been bothering me for quite some time now, right? Especially with the Alligator Alcatraz now like missing hundreds of detainees that have no record and like all of it. So I decided to dig a little deeper tonight and I went to usaspending.gov, which is this website where you can search for all of the federal contracts that are made public.
Oh
so
my God.
you can search for anything related to, I don't know, the Department of Defense and neurosurgery, for instance. And that's when I noticed something kind of weird happening because Honolulu kept coming up a lot with DoD contracts and neurological surgery, like over and over and over again. And I'm thinking to
What
myself,
is this?
why Honolulu? Like, what's going on in Honolulu? I mean, all of them were from the Department of Defense, and they were all for these different neurological services, neurological procedures, neurological surgery practices, like, and they were all ramping up starting in 2025. And the company that was getting all of these contracts was called NIR LLC, and the work was being performed out of Triple Army Medical Center, which is this really big military hospital in Honolulu. I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, well, maybe this is just normal medical.
Bro, this kind of reminds me of the death camps theory for the detention center in El Salvador. That's kind of what this reminds me of. And listen, okay, I'm just saying that theory has never been disproven, but it has never been proven either, okay? All I know is that they found like some kind of like fucking like possibly what could be a pile of bodies that are burning or some shit like that. Like it looks like a pile of bodies from the Google satellite. But other than that, there's been no like update to that entire story, okay? And yeah, I mean, there are reports of like systemic abuse and shit like that, obviously, but like that's kind of already expected. But on another level, we're talking about like fucking crazy, the craziest of the craziest shit. But like, who the fuck knows? Okay, we'll
medical
see.
family military
That's fine.
care. But when I went to look up NIR LLC to see if I could learn more about them, there was nothing about them online. There's no company website, there's no physician names, nothing on them. I mean, for a medical contractor who's doing so many neurological surgery procedures with federal money, not having so much as a website feels
Neuralink is the first step towards Day X being brought to life. Yeah, well, the thing is that everybody thinks that they are like V in Cyberpunk 2077. Like they think that you are the one that are hacking into other people's brains and making them like, I don't know, do crazy shit and having them short circuit and die or some shit like that. But I think that when most people are finally on Neuralink or most people are finally on some kind of like neural interface, I think what's going to happen is that you are the one that's going to be totally bodied by some hacker. You're the one who's going to be bodied by some runner, okay? You are the grunt. You are the person who's going to be fodder for someone's fucking sandbox game. Okay, good luck. All right, chances are.
odd.
Good luck.
But then at the very bottom of the Google search, I saw a link to a map quest that said NIR and it had like a little point of where it was. So I clicked the link and it showed NIR LLC at the location of 888 South King Street in Honolulu. Now, if you were to look up NIR LLC
Also, you'll probably get like cyberpsychosis and kill like 50 trillion people. Okay, good luck.
on any other map, nothing comes up. But when you type in
You'll become a boss
888
battle.
South King Street, Honolulu, something does come up, and that something is Straub Medical Center, which is one of Hawaii's largest civilian hospitals that has a major neurology and neurosurgery department. So now I'm really confused, right? Because
Not gonna lie, okay? Being on the left and seeing like left-leaning conspiracy theories is based, okay? I enjoy watching this. I enjoy listening to shit like this, okay? Because this shit feels like I'm trying to solve some murder mystery, okay? And I think that, you know, at this point, the bar is so low. Why can't you just weaponize something like this? Like, why can't you weaponize left-wing conspiracy theories against moderates? Why can't you do that? If the Republicans are already participating in, like, mind-bending practices or some shit like that, why can't you weaponize this as well? As far as I'm concerned, like, this would totally appeal to the average flat earther, right?
why is their
Yeah.
billing address a commercial office building, but then they're actually
And which party do flat earthers vote for? Republican.
operating out of a civilian hospital
Or
with
they
a
don't
huge
vote.
neurosurgery center, but then the Department of Defense is paying them for services at a military hospital all on the same island. Like, this feels like a paper trail that's being obfuscated on purpose a little bit.
Uh-oh.
I'm thinking, well, maybe does Neuralink operate out of Honolulu, Hawaii? And I just didn't know about it. And I look it up, and no, Hawaii isn't listed on the official trial site. It's just Miami, Florida,
backfire?
and Phoenix,
Sure.
Arizona, and then Toronto, Canada. I'm thinking to myself, well,
Anything
just
could
because the
backfire.
FDA doesn't know about it doesn't mean that it's not necessarily happening. So I decided to go on LinkedIn to see if I can find anybody who has Neuralink listed as their current employer and also lives in Honolulu, Hawaii. And that's when I find two people. First one is a clinical project manager who works at Neuralink and lives in Honolulu, Hawaii.
What the
And it
fuck?
looks like she's been with Neuralink for a few years now. And I looked at her job responsibilities and it said trial site management, implementation of clinical trials, management and oversight of external vendors, negotiating and building relationships with organizations. She manages trial sites and external vendors, but Hawaii isn't an official Neuralink trial site. So what you doing, sis? The other person I found was this
What the
guy who
fuck?
runs something called
Bro, I approve of this level of schizo, okay? This is the level of schizo we need. Oh my god.
Hang 10 Capital, and he
Bro.
lives in Honolulu, Hawaii. And it's a private equity firm that
Medicare?
also runs
Yeah,
out of
Medicare.
Honolulu, Hawaii. And they invest in things like fintech and food startups, but I looked at their portfolio and saw Neuralink listed. Right, so we
Jesus.
have some smoking guns in Honolulu. But I'm thinking to myself,
We
hey,
do?
so if the thesis here is that something sus is going on with Neuralink and the operation facilities being close to ICE detention centers, does this fit that thesis? Like, is there an ICE detention facility near these, medical facilities in Honolulu? And oh boy, did I regret asking that question. Apparently, in February of 2025, ICE had signed an agreement to start housing detainees at FDC Honolulu. That's a 992-bed detention center facility. Like, I didn't know about. Did anybody else know about this? And then I found an article from July 2025 that was talking about this and was saying that detainees were being transferred to Hawaii from Florida and Arizona detention facilities, the exact two states where Neuralink trials had started. And so I looked up the distance between FDC Honolulu and Straub Medical Center, where NIR LLC actually operates from, apparently, and it's 8 miles, a quick 15-minute drive. And to make things worse, at the same time in February of 2025, when that agreement was being signed between ICE and Honolulu, Elon Musk's Doge was still in the White House. Remember that? And they had apparently, while they were there, had fired 20 FDA employees that month in February. And so I looked up which department they were from, and they were from none other than the Office of Neurological and Physical Medicine Devices. Yeah, the exact office that oversees Neuralink's clinical trials. Anyone else feeling a little bit queasy, or is that just me?
No, I'm confused. I'm confused.
So I'm looking into this further, and I found that when detainees are transferred to Hawaii, they're apparently often going through 5 to 7 different facilities first. Like, one detainee was arrested in Florida in May and then went through 2 other facilities, then to Louisiana, then Arizona, and then some California facilities, and then landed in Hawaii. He wasn't even served with a charging document until June. That's a month of completely unaccounted time. Just think about it. Not only is there minimal oversight during that month, but then by the time that they get to Hawaii, they're 4,500 miles away from anyone. That's complete isolation. And then if they complain after a procedure is over, they can just be deported and nobody would even know about it. That's exactly what happened at Irwin County Detention Center in Georgia, where women were reported as having unauthorized gynecological procedures and then were deported within days if they complained. Oh, and I forgot to mention that in April of 2025, acting ICE director Todd Lyons had given a presentation at the Border Security Expo in Phoenix, and he had specifically stated that they had been working with Elon Musk's Doge frequently. That just doesn't make me feel any better either. So look, either I'm seeing patterns that just aren't there, or we're watching something horrifying happen in real time. I mean, these are people who can't speak out, who can't sue, who can't even call their families. I mean, these people have moved through multiple facilities with no documentation.
I don't think I was this progressive back then. Jesus Christ.
And ended up moving 4,500 miles away from anybody who could do anything to help them. And if they wake up one day with scars that they don't remember getting, who is going to believe them? I need people talking about this, journalists who are in positions of power who can investigate. And
I'm her biggest supporter on God, okay? All right? Is she single?
NIR LLC, and lawyers who are asking about these transfers to come forward and speak publicly about it, and someone with power demanding these answers, because I don't know what to do. Because if I'm wrong, then great. We can all sleep better at night knowing that this is just some bizarre coincidence. But if I'm right, then that means every day that we're not talking about this is another day that somebody could be getting hurt. Like, really hurt.
What in the chicken McNugget? I wouldn't put it past this administration to use detainees for human experimentation. True. I mean, I wouldn't. I really would not. Like, I personally would not put it past this administration either. Like, if you were to ask my personal opinion, I'm sorry, a pattern behavior that leads somewhere? Yeah. It's all fun and games until she thinks you're part of the conspiracy as well. Yeah, on God. Jesus Christ. It would be such a massive human rights and ethics violation. I think someone somewhere would be leaking information on this stuff. Yeah, I agree on that. Humans are really bad at keeping secrets. People who study conspiracy theories and study how conspiracy theories work, like, one of the observations that they have made is that human behavior is the most unpredictable thing, and you have to be really skeptical of the way that human beings act, just simply because of how unpredictable their behavior is. Yeah, just be careful not to be swept up in some conspiracy theory, just simply because you've been down, like, the wrong rabbit hole. However, I will say, again, there are still occurrences that are suspicious and turned out to be real, but nothing this big. Nothing this big just yet. And another reason why I am prone to think that this is not real is just simply because typically whenever the Trump administration is about to do something, do you know what they do? They announce it. Like they will actually announce it. Like they will say it unironically. It would make no sense to me that Trump literally tells about killing immigrants and telling people to murder them and destroy people, but he wouldn't say the part where it's like, oh, we have to experiment on them in order to drive forward our research on like Neuralinks or something, right? Does that make sense? Like the messaging does not make sense, right? Because you're saying, oh yeah, we gotta destroy them, we gotta destroy them all, but then on the other hand you're keeping something that is less than destroying them more secret. I don't know, like to me at the very least that seems kind of, also they fucking suck, at keeping things private in the first place. Trump, right? But yeah, it's not Trump, it's Musk, maybe, I don't know. She has a Substack with a dump of evidence. Yeah, okay, cool. Nah, but again, like even on the, at the very least, she's bringing attention at how fucked not having due process is. I agree with that. Um, yeah, I mean, oh yeah, we're gonna watch this video later, okay? Because I like Hinkering. We're gonna watch some Hinkering, okay? I have a friend who really likes Hinkering, so you know.
Cities.
What's this?
He's deploying the National Guard in American cities.
My president.
Claiming to stop crime waves that don't actually exist. We've got masked ICE agents pulling up in unmarked vans and grabbing people, including U.S. citizens, off the streets on the suspicion that they don't look like real Americans. We've got an HHS secretary who opposes proven science and promotes quack medicine. A top White House
Leader
aide
retarded
who
horse in
calls
Neuralink.
Democrats,
Sure.
the whole party, domestic extremists. We got some poor labor economist who got fired for accurately reporting bad jobs numbers that the president didn't like. I mean, it's like every day is Halloween.
Dude.
Except it's all tricks and no treats.
Bro. This guy is like a charisma machine. Like unironically, this guy is the charisma machine. Oh my god. Bro, he's so fucking based. Holy shit. Dylan Burns, 1 year of fighting.
If we come to November 1st...
Oh yeah, we already watched this, but we'll watch it again, okay? Just because of how based this is. He deported so many though? Yeah, legally, which is fine. Alright? Again, there's no problem to deporting people legally. The problem is when you're black bagging people without documentation and you're judging them based off of like the race or whatever the fuck, right? Like, because then you're more prone to like getting more innocent people than versus a legal process in which people are being processed through like a system, right?
If we come to November 1st and these contingency funds haven't been released, if nothing has been accomplished in restoring SNAP benefits, will you call on your Democratic colleagues to reopen the government and deal with these shutdown crises immediately, deal with healthcare conversations once the government is reopened?
So let me ask you a question. The basis for your question is, and maybe the better way to state it would be, if the Trump administration continues to violate the law, if the Trump administration unlawfully refuses to release funds so that families in Colorado don't go hungry, if the Trump administration refuses to follow the law as they have for the better course of the last 9 months, violating statute after statute, if in that scenario these actions unfold, then how will Democrats respond?
What's SNAP benefits? I believe it's like food stamps, right?
That, my view, would be a more fair characterization of the question that you've posed, because it does feel a little bit like we're in the twilight zone here, with an administration that is lawless, violates the law with impunity, is now doing so with respect to the release of funds for families that may go hungry. We're here in Washington. You're here in Washington. House Republicans are gone. 6 weeks and counting. Gone. Literally gone. Won't show up in Washington. Won't do town halls back in their respective districts. And somehow the question is posed to House Democrats as to how we will respond. The Trump administration needs to follow the law. And insofar, you've heard all my colleagues repeatedly suggest we would like to negotiate an agreement in good faith with our Republican colleagues. That is why we're here in our nation's capital. The question should be posed to Republicans. When will they get serious about working with us in good faith so that we can reach an agreement?
Bro, is this Dallas person in the server going to be like joining stream or not? Because this person wanted to confront me or debate me or some shit like that. What the fuck?
The passion you hear
Cringe.
is frustration with the fact that Republicans could just simply abandon their post for 6 weeks. That the Trump administration can just violate the law.
Did they
without
actually just straight up
consequence.
not show up? That's
It should
crazy
offend
to
everyone.
me, dude.
It certainly offends me.
Yeah, okay. No, this guy's based, okay? On God. On God, this guy is based, inshallah. Okay, alright, let's take a look at LSF.